Williams story, which, by the way, this whole thing about wanting ownership, that's about a 3-month-old story. Because if you remember back when his father was quoted as saying he didn't like the process of the NFL draft and he didn't want to go to a team that was bad, he wanted to have a choice. Well, then there was snippets in that story that he said he wanted ownership in the team. Of course, he can't get this, but what's going on with Caleb Williams? I mean, this whole I want ownership stuff, and I don't want to go to a team that's bad.
David, I think it's posturing, and you've seen it before when quarterbacks come out in the draft. I don't want to go to certain cities. If you're going to draft me, I'm going to make it so difficult for you that I want you to pass or trade the pick to a city I want to go to. That's all he's doing.
Let me give you a different spin. I think it is a perfect storm. It's more than just this. He's arguably the most hyped prospect, if not since Andrew Luck, definitely since Trevor Lawrence. In the NIL age, he's already become wealthy. Let's face it, he's getting paid 7 figures a year already.
Yeah, he's in 3 different commercials every Saturday.
National TV. So he's being empowered by the chaos and the storm of where college football is.
Taking advantage of it.
And is. But he's making asks that even Aaron Rodgers couldn't pull off. Rodgers wanted a piece of the Jets, and the league went, Jets, we got you. That's not happening. I think he also understands some of these teams that could be picking number 1 overall, it could be really bad for him. Mm-hmm. So I don't love it, but we've created these monsters, and this is where we are. I mean, he's going to hit the league. He's already making probably 3 times the amount of money that Desmond Ridder makes as a starter in this league. Sorry, I didn't mean to get
no.
Wordsy,
that's just from his commercials, from Heisman House and all of that stuff. Wendy's, yeah.
So another example of why there shouldn't be Thursday night football. The 2 teams that are playing this Thursday are dealing with injuries only because it's a short week. Ryan Ramczyk, the offensive tackle for the Saints, won't play because he's still in concussion protocol. Give him extra days. He made clear. The big one, of course, that's big too for the Saints, but the big one for the Jags is their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, dealing with a ankle injury. Knee injury. He is questionable right now, but he probably would start no matter what come Sunday if the game was Sunday, but now he may not start on Thursday.
You know what? The league can really fix this, and they've kind of done it with the whole London thing. You go to London and you get the bye week off. You're going to play on Thursday. You play Thursday after your bye week, giving you a ton of time to rest players. And then after that Thursday game, you get another 10 days off to get back into the flow of things. It's a really simple fix for the NFL. I don't get it, but yeah, be prepared for another bad Thursday night game.
I'll give you my fix. Get rid of Thursday night football altogether.
Not going to happen. It should.
It's horrible.
But it makes too much money.
It's horrible for the players, and it's horrible for the fans. And you know who else it's horrible for? Not that anyone's going to cry for them, but coaches.
No.
This isn't good organizationally. No coach in this league likes Thursday games. No players like it. It's much like television money in college. It's only benefiting the school. It's only benefiting the owner.
I would tell Amazon or whatever, hey, we're going to start Thursday Night Football as soon as we start the bye weeks. When you come off the bye week, you're eligible because that means you had enough time to heal, and then you still have another 10 days after the game. That's the smartest thing to do, David. You're not going to stop it because you've already cut the checks.
Lions fans, listen intently to this next story. Is there trouble on the horizon in Seattle? I bring that up for this reason. Through 5 weeks, the Seahawks rank 15th in passing yards. DK Metcalf, however, has fewer than 5 receptions in 4 of the 6 contests, and he's eclipsed 75 yards in just one of those games. He's showing frustration every week more and more.
Did you see him this week? He's wide open on a play.
Oh, yeah.
And he turns back and he goes, he just waves his hand and just walks. He was so mad.
Every week it gets worse and worse with his frustration. So is there trouble on the horizon in Seattle?
Jeez.
Either that or, you know what, he goes full every other receiver who says, I'm always open 24/7, blah, blah, blah. And they finally just say, you know what, the game plan is we're going to throw to DK 15 times today and see what happens. Make him happy and you move on. That's the only way you pacify a wide receiver, David.
The problem I have, and again, this is why I would pay Amon-Ra whatever he wants.
And that's what I said. It actually leads into what you said about, I don't think St. Brown would ever demand, hey, I'm always open. You know what he would say? Okay, did we win the game? Okay, cool. And now I got to go out and hit the jugs machine because Reynolds caught more passes than me.
I understand in the moment you will laugh at this statement, but the more you think about it, I think the more you will agree with me. Amon-Ra is going to go down as arguably, outside of Barry, the best draft pick that this organization has ever made. Because this dude was drafted in the later rounds. This dude is a top 5 wide receiver. There is no diva. There is no injury concern.
What about Stephen Tulloch?
This dude is all about the work. And this guy embodies this town in a way that very few Lions, regardless of position, have ever achieved. He's everything. He's your creative player. He is your dream sequence Detroit Lion.
No, you got me on the draft pick. I was going to say Calvin, but Calvin was taken high.
Barry is all-time great and forever will be the best draft pick you've ever had. I would argue Amon-Ra might be number 2. That's how much I think of him. I think this kid, by the time he's done, is going to go to 7 or 8 Pro Bowls. He'll be an all-pro at some point, and all he does is work.
And see, my only caveat to that, because I believe in this guy, it's going to be Branch. I think Branch is going to be the safety that this team hasn't had since, Benny Blades back there.
Yeah, but even he's a second-round pick versus Amon-Ra being a
guys, I wasn't turning this into a bleeping contest.
Mike, it's good discussion.
Just making a point like this, dude.
Very good discussion. It's just the three of us.
I've never seen him do that crap that these other receivers do. That's why I love him.
Yeah,
I love he memorized all the receivers taken ahead of him. I love that stuff.
That's psychopath behavior. Now here's the thing. You gotta hope that it doesn't bleed over, because you know who else did that and was good at first? He was a good team player, but then different sport. It was Draymond Green. Draymond could recite everybody that was drafted ahead of him. That was his motivating ship. And then all of a sudden, he went Hollywood.
And nutshot. All right. Draymond's problem, he can't stop kicking people in the balls.
You're right about that.
So that's not a good thing?
Let's close it out with this, because we all saw the Jets beat the Eagles for the first time in their franchise history, which is crazy. But the Jets didn't have their 2 best corners,
DJ Reed and Sauce.
Yeah. Did you learn more about the Eagles in that game or the Jets in that game? The Jets, by the way, are 3-3 after losing.
Yeah, I will say I didn't like Salah's comment. Take it easy, Rob. I think you learned about the Eagles. I've been saying this for a while, that you can win games and still not be right.
Yeah.
Losing Gannon, losing Shane Steichen, the offense isn't the same. And what the Jets did is they took the running game away and forced Jalen Hurts to be a real quarterback. It's not there. Hurts hasn't quite looked right all year. So I think it says more about the Eagles.
Yeah, the Chiefs the same way. Chiefs have been winning.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's not the same Chiefs team. It's almost like the knockoff version. It's the Hydrox of Chiefs.
Wow, knockoff cookies?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Nice pull.
Nice. By the way, fun fact. When the Giants lost in Buffalo, do you know that is the Giants' first loss in the state of New York in 30 years?
What?
Because they play in New Jersey.
Yeah, they play in New Jersey. There's also a stat from their game as well that they had
Brian Daboll's an idiot.
No, yeah. they had more passing yards, more rushing yards, fewer fumbles lost, fewer interceptions, than their opponent, and they still lost, which was 134-0 before that.
David, congratulations! You just described MSU's last 3 games.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize for that.
You just described their last 3 games. They outdid everything except the score.
And that is in football today.